Hello everybody, welcome back to TousiTV with the latest update from British politics and the Labour Party conference that's still ongoing in Liverpool. It's all kicking off. There is some disagreements inside this conference. The political left have started to eat themselves. We have literal national socialists outside the venue. This is completely crazy, by the way. In case you haven't seen this, it's so bad. So all these conspiracy theorists and national socialists are outside with these signs. The Jews control the Labour Party. It's funny because the same Labour Party that we're going to say in this video, the Deputy Prime Minister has decided, without any notice, without telling anybody, join the Palestinian group, the Friends of Palestine, and Narnia as well. The same Labour Party, Labour government that is going against the Jews and the State of Israel. Apparently, guys, the Jews control the Labour Party. So in this video, we're going to give you guys all the updates and, of course, get your reaction as well. First, we're talking about Angela. Oh, Angela. So the Deputy Prime Minister, last night, decided to go against protocol, oopsie, and do a surprise appearance at the Palestinian group, the pro-Palestine group. And, of course, this was followed by a lot of outrage from the other parts of the Labour Party, saying, why is the Deputy Prime Minister going? The whole point of this wishy-washy government is that they are sitting on the fence. On the one hand, they say, of course we support the Jews. And then they say, yeah, we need a two-state solution. We need to recognize the state of Palestine. So that's what they're trying to do, to be neutral, right? They're idiots. But then you have Angela Rayner going around doing this. We're going to say what she actually said, parts of the stuff that she said as a speech. But before we do that, after this incident, the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, had a panic mode. So he decided, because obviously he just made his speech at the conference, he decided to use his speech to show people he's still sitting on the fence, right? Ceasefire. Israel, IDF need to surrender to Hamas. That's one. But on the other hand, we need the hostages to come back, right? Trying to be basically appeasing to both sides. But Keir Starmer panicked and said this.
Immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages, the return of the sausages, the return of the sausages, the return of the sausages.
The return of what? Who? What? Oh, sausages. Yeah. Our Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, as Lacey Butcher said on X, not his best speech, but not his worst. It's so bad. But going back to Angela, last night, this diplomatic incident, almost diplomatic incident, she said this. Thank you to the Labour Friend of Palestine, sausages, in the Middle East for inviting me to speak here this evening on behalf of myself and the Prime Minister. Whoopsie. Though it's a pleasure to see friends and colleagues at this Philistine reception. We are actually aware of the ongoing situation in Gaza. Good. She watches the BBC. That's good. She knows what's going on. We have all seen horrendous scenes play out on our screens for many, many months. Over 41,000 Palestinians have been killed and over 93,000 have been injured. Many of those have been women and children. And when we checked to see where she got the data from, she got it from the Gaza Health Ministry, which is controlled by Hamas. And of course, they were forced to admit a few months ago to the United Nations that they have lied about the numbers. Although they didn't say they lied, they say we made a mistake, our computers were out of contract, so we couldn't calculate properly. So the numbers were wrong anyway, but she's still going with it. The humanitarian situation is beyond appalling. I wonder whose fault that is. Yahya Sinwar, Ismail Haniyeh, all those idiots. The dire sanitary conditions, a serious risk of famine, 17 hospitals completely out of service because they were used as a base for Hamas. Yeah. And the polio outbreak, 8 floors are still far below Israel's stated claim to flood Gaza with aid. This is an unacceptable situation, and much more needs to be done. Yeah, our Deputy Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same Labour government that the moment they got into power, they brought back the UNRWA, the UN agency that literally was involved on with the 7th of October invasion of Israel. The same UN agency that's been corrupt for years. The Labour government decided to bring it back and bring back the funding. The same Labour government that the moment they got into power, they said, we shall recognize the state of Palestine, without clarifying what that means. Is it Gaza? Is it the West Bank? Is it both? Who's going to be in charge? What are you actually talking about? Is it from the river to the sea? Because that's what the Palestinian groups in the Labour Party want. The same Labour government that immediately when they came into power, they agreed with the International Criminal Court in The Hague that we should arrest Netanyahu, Prime Minister of an allied country. Arrest the Prime Minister. The same Labour government that the moment they got into power, they decided to basically cut the trade ties with Israel so we don't sell them any more weapons. This is the same Labour government as Prime Minister, as party leader, after what happened last night with Angela Rayner going to the reception for Narnia, decided to have a panic moment and tried to say, oh, actually, don't forget about the hostages. Watch it again.
Immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The return of the sausages. The hostages.
Disgusting. Absolutely vile creatures right now governing the United Kingdom. Now, we have to wait for some statements as well from, of course, the Cabinet Office, Downing Street in general, in regards to why Angela Rayner decided to do a surprise appearance at this group. Why she said she's there on behalf of herself and the Prime Minister. And why Keir Starmer is calling hostages sausage. So bad. It's so bad. The whole thing is just completely weird. Says Prime Minister Sausage. That's his new nickname, guys. Yes, done. Keir Sausage. Starmer Sausage. Brilliant. Absolutely weird creatures. Let's get some reaction before I lose my mind. Okay. First super chat from Kylo, saying Kylo Ren. Angela is an absolute disgrace, but what do we expect from this bunch? How long until they start importing Philistines, new Labour voters? Well, they've already said that they want to bring in more so-called asylum seekers from the Palestinian territory, which will massively backfire on the same liberal lefties who have voted for this Labour government. Because let's clarify, those who are coming into this country from those territories are not necessarily in favor of Pride. They're not going to go to Pride with the LGBTQ plus minus division algebra group. The people coming from the Palestinian territories are not going to agree with the fact that women should be able to have their own careers, have their own rights, and even have the right to abortion. There's going to be a lot of backlash, let's just say. All that is going to be making things harder for the same people who are destroying this country. They're the people. Again, these are the people I call chickens for KFC. They are literally idiots who are ruining not just the country for everybody else, but they will be ruining their own side because they will come for them next. Gold Mario says, knee to BLM. Starmer only cares for himself. Again, this is a good reminder. Every now and then it's good that somebody reminds us. Both Keir Sausage and Angela Rayner Narnia have decided to take the knee for the BLM movement. And then when the BLM movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, was exposed as a corrupt, far-left Marxist organization that was just taking people's money to buy mansions, they never came out to apologize. They never came out to say, we regret that decision to take the knee. They never even tried to make excuses saying, we're just doing my shoelaces. No, absolutely nothing from this Prime Minister and this Deputy Prime Minister. Mike says, how appropriate that there is an organization called MAP for the groomers from Narnia. Mike says, sausage lives matter. Take the knee to the SLM. That sounds sexual. Happy. Thank you very much for your super chat support as well. It's so bad. The whole situation is bad. Nicholas says, sausages and mashup. There is a very fair question from this person. How can you mistake hostage for sausage? It's not even close. Your mouth will move differently. One is the other one is s. You have to actually go s at first. How can you go sausage? There's going to be a lot of conspiracy theories about this as well in the next few days. It's going to be hilarious. How about Labour for the British people? Because there's not going to be enough British people to vote for them, so they're going to go with the Foreigners Party. It makes sense. It's a strategy, guys. Come on, get with it. It makes sense. The Labour Party are clearly trying to appease everyone except the political right and the Jews. Yeah, and the Christians, obviously. There's no point. Angela used to have a sausage. I can't deny or confirm this. Oh my God, the Diddy jokes are here. Diddy loves sausages. No, I don't. Well, he might have actually. Yeah, it was a creep. This is in line with Angela's scrapping of the law change to stop terrorists being awarded social housing in the UK. How did the Labour voters not see what this Labour Party is about? They are National Socialists. It's mostly because the big chunk of the people who voted for the Labour Party, again, let's not forget, only 20% of the country proactively came out and supported it. The important thing about it is that the majority of them were, apart from one chunk of the Labour Party who are tribal Labour voters, you ask them why you're Labour, they say, oh, I was born and one day my dad said they vote Labour and my mum, and then I decided to vote Labour, right? Then the other chunk, mostly with people who just didn't like the Tories and they wanted to punish the Tories. And they don't necessarily follow politics that often to see, for example, Reform UK as an alternative, or they weren't ready for Reform UK for whatever reason. And they decided to vote for the Labour Party. And there's a small chunk, and that is the loud minority. And apart from the actual ethnic minorities, that includes the loud minority of the liberal hipster leftists, the avocado coffee drinkers, the people who hate themselves because they have mummy and daddy issues and they refuse to get therapy. That's why. Linda says, disgusting, saying sausage. He should be ashamed of himself. He only cares about himself. He's a politician at the end of the day. Of course he only cares about himself. That's his job. Better to remember her and the view of the Islamic law, marriage is pregnant out. Is that a sentence? Law marriage is pregnant. Outside of marriage, it's unlawful. Oh, yeah, I think we get the gist. Yes. Absolutely. He was probably thinking of his next dinner. Don says, who on earth can we turn to stop this appalling, rebelliously biased behaviour behind or against foreign by the leadership of Great Britain when everything around our life here is going down the pan? Oh, there we go. Stalin. Hitler. Oh, God, we got a whole list. We even got Justin Trudeau after Castro, obviously. Biden, Mao, obviously Pol Pot, all of them, and the current left-wing lunatic. Why do they always elect evil left-wing psychopaths into power? Because they have to be control freaks and power-hungry to do this. And then they always sell them as the self-righteous, very extremely moral, those people who care about the greater good. And if you oppose it, you're the problem. I think I was thinking about what was for dinner. Sausages. Was it? It's copied and pasted. sausages. there's going to be a lot of sausage memes in the next few hours, ladies and gentlemen, so be on standby. Robert Davis says this is the UNRWA that was committed a crime against humanity. But they get rewarded instead with more money. That's how it works. By showing support for Philistines without denouncing ham bottom is showing support for the designated terrorist organization. An action in the UK is currently illegal. Why is she not being arrested? Well, we know why she's not being arrested, because the way the rule of law the rule of law works, it has to be literal. So if she says I love ham bottom, then yeah. But if she does it, because the way you described it is more like a translation, because she didn't denounce ham bottom, then that means she supports it. That the police can't arrest her. Also, they will never arrest her because it's Angela Rayner. She can get away with anything she wants. How dare he bring the king's fingers into this? If you don't know what that is, just Google King Charles and his fingers. He does have sausage fingers. Poor man. It's not his fault, I guess. Maybe his fault, I don't know. Pork, sausage, clowns. James says, we are here for the sausage memes. Should I try and check to see if we already have any sausages on social media? Not actual sausages, memes. It's not a meme, but it's an actual photo. This is going to get funny. Okay, get ready for this. It's coming. There we go. That's Keir Starmer buying sausages. Go on, Keir Starmer. Get your sausage. Do we have any memes? Come on, guys. We have to wait for at least a couple of hours because... Oh, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the sausage memes. They are arriving as we speak. Hot. We got more coming. Oh, my God. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is going to be fun. Sausage memes number 1. Release the sausages. Oh, no. And then there's another one. Are you ready for the next one? The next one's going to be a beaut. Oh, God. Star Wars, Return of the Sausages. Oh, you have to laugh. You have to laugh. It's just, it's bad. Do we have any more? Yeah, we got more. This is getting weird. How fast? I love the internet. You ready for the next one? This is funny as well. There we go. Oh, the return of sausages, ladies and gentlemen. For those in case watching and those who actually did vote for the Labour Party, I hope you're happy. This is what you've done. There's so many memes. There's way too many memes. I can do a whole show just with the memes. But we don't know if the sausages are pork or not, because that's the important thing to actually realize. Is it beef? It could be chicken. I don't know. Sausage merch. Yes, we should do sausage merch. It's funny because most of the memes are actually coming from Israel and the Jews. I love how they've already seen it. They've already seen the speech. They've already realized what Starmer's done. And obviously the Jews' sense of humor, top, absolutely top. In this situation, you have to laugh. Otherwise, it's just too depressing. Laurie says, hi, Maya, I just couldn't listen to any of their conference speeches. They have no clue what the majority of people think and want, especially on the riots. Eva Cooper is out of touch and very angry. The key words at the end. Laurie is right. Angry. She's very angry. She literally called everybody. She said everybody who protested is a racist. Everybody's a racist. Everybody's a little bit racist sometimes. Gold Mario says, don't free Palestine, let's free Israel instead. From the river to the sea, Israel will be free. Nancy from Canada says, and meanwhile, Trudeau is thinking of being a sausage for Halloween. I would not like to see that, but each to their own. I mean, he's already a sausage himself anyway, but not in a good way, or whatever that means. How it says, as a Canadian, I would like to apologize for Trudeau. It's not your fault, don't worry. Hot dog here. Yeah, we need a new nickname for Starmer now. The next word on YouTube's ban list is sausage now. The funny thing about the YouTube's like taboo words, because they don't publish the list, you have to just guess what word is controversial. In 2020, the first few weeks and months of COVID, you couldn't say the word COVID. So, funnily enough, because they just have to come up with something quickly, right, to ban it. Like, you won't get banned, like you just get demonetized, right, if you mention it, right? But they forgot to check the other alternative words. So I couldn't say COVID. So all I had to say was just China virus. The China virus. They forgot to ban that. I was like, that's more offensive. Come on, guys, get with it, idiots. Kevin says, is that a hate crime? We have got 10 sausages for dinner. These jokes are going to escalate so badly, guys. So badly. Darren said China flu. Yeah, you could have said China flu. That's also allowed. But China virus is good because that's what Trump called it. Crazy times, ladies and gentlemen, to be alive. Of course, our Prime Minister, Keir Sausage, and our Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Narnia, are going to be causing more trouble over the next few years. So stay tuned. Of course, we will keep you guys posted on this channel as usual. Let's not forget, we have also, as of today, posted our latest documentary series on TousiTV Plus called The Rise of Globalism. Yes, you can now watch that. Basically, we'll go through the journey of globalism and globalization and why it's happening. If you want to watch that, then you have to join TousiTV Plus, and you can use the promo code TUSI50 to get 50% off of annual membership. It's a limited offer for the next couple of days. A few days, and make sure to get it now. Go on TousiTVplus.tv, and here is a bit of a trailer of the actual documentary series, The Rise of Globalism.
Conditional defeat of the Axis aggressors.
In the shadow of World War II, as the world faced unprecedented destruction, a group of 730 delegates from 44 allied nations gathered in a small town in New Hampshire. This was the Bretton Woods Conference of 1944, a pivotal moment that would reshape the global financial system and lay the foundation for the interconnected world we know today. At the heart of the conference were two major figures, British economist John Maynard Keynes and American Treasury official Harry Dexter White. Together, they envisioned a post-war economic order. The outcome was the establishment of the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, but as well as the World Bank. Together, these institutions formed a backbone of a new global financial order, one based on cooperation, but only by the elite. Yes, only by the elite. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our latest documentary series on TousiTV Plus called The Rise of Globalism. Go and watch it. The link is in the description. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.